Hi everyone, we are here for a dragon scale crackle kind of effect. I've mixed up, it was about 10 ounces of Let's resin, their regular resin, but I let it warm up to 34 degrees Celsius. And then I was fooling around a little bit, so it kept warming up some more. I'm hoping I didn't let it warm up too much. So I went ahead and poured about 6 ounces in the bottom of the mold to start. One of the reasons that I went ahead and poured that was I wanted to get less in the cups so that it would stop warming up as fast. So I did that. Then I divided the rest amongst these 3 cups. In my first cup, I put a big scoop of Rainbow Violet by Eye Candy, and it's a beautiful velvety purple color. And then next, this is one of my favorite colors for doing this effect. It's Super Copper by Pearl X, and it just gives it a beautiful shimmery color. I love copper. I pick copper over gold any day. And then I just wanted I was gonna just do clear, but then I decided, let's give my remaining little push a little bit of color. So I have these new Ranger neon inks, the alcohol inks, and this one's Ignite because you can't ever go wrong with like an orange. And I just put 3 drops, very little, just colored it a bit. Now, I may have poured more resin than I need for this mold, but that's okay. I'll fill the edge of some other mold with my leftovers. All right, so let's go ahead and start. I hope to make it 2 rounds with each item. We'll see. And of course, I want the purple on the outside because, you know, I love purple. Purple and orange, my favorite 2 things. Now I'm going to do some of the Super Copper. This is a really easy pour, but it really is the viscosity of your resin and how everything comes together. Looking at the edge of my mold going, okay, Christine, have you already poured too much? We'll see. We'll see. If I don't get a final push, you know I'm absolutely okay with that. Because that tends to make that little hole in the center, and you know I don't like bits and bobs in centers anyway. I prefer to just have a natural center. I'm pouring a bunch of this copper. So I've used all the copper. Just have a tiny bit of purple left. Do we want to just throw that in? Also, I couldn't find my round mold. I prefer to do this with a round mold because then you don't get any weird edges. But my room is a mess. I need to organize my molds today. I have tomorrow off from work. I figure I could do that then. All right, now I'm peeking at the mold from the side to see if I already have doming happening. I don't quite yet. So I'm going to do a little bit of the push. All right, it's a little bit of the final push. I'm still turning my head sideways, trying to see if I've gone too far. I'm going to hit it with some heat now with my torch. All right, so I did bring some bits over. So I see that I poured where we're going to have a little divot and it will show through. So I have some bits. I had some gold ones, 2 gold. I had rose gold that looks a little copperish, but then I do have copperish bits. So I think we're just going to use the copperish bits. I'm just going to stand up and put those in the little divot we have. I do like this mold for molds and shapes because it is easier to tell where your center is. You have these 2 and then these 2. So it does make things easier as far as trying to find your center. Let's put the, all right. So I'm going to I'm gonna put all those in. Let's give it a little shove down and move around. When you only have one layer and you put a lot of bits, you just have to make sure they go under so that your tray doesn't have bits sticking out of it. Oops, I got a little drizzle. All right, that's it. Let's resin degasses naturally very well. So I don't think I'll not need more hits of heat, but I'll keep an eye on it. If I notice a lot of little bubbles not going away, I'll come back in about 10 minutes. I'll give it a hit with my torch and keep an eye on that. But otherwise, we'll come back when it's time to unmold. Losing my voice for some reason. I'll see you then. All right, we're back to check this out. I do love the way it looks, but it all looks like maybe one color. So we'll see if we got any rings on the other side. Rings of color. All right. Oh, wow. That's gorgeous. And I even love the center. The rings look really nice. Yeah, it's gorgeous. And purple and orangey, so you know I love that. Wow, just gorgeous. Thanks for watching.